Hey guys, I hope your weekend went well. I just want to share with you the 5 common mistakes that home buyers make. And I'm doing these videos so that you can be successful, guys. It's an awesome time to buy a home, and I don't want you making these mistakes that home buyers make when you're in the process of buying your first home or second home. And so here we go, 5 common mistakes that home buyers make. The first common mistake is that they don't put together the right team around themselves. You've heard the acronym TOGETHER. Each accomplishes more. Well, you have to put the right team around you for each of these people to accomplish more for you. That's the goal, right? You want to have the best payment that you can for the best home that you can find. So you have to have the best team that's set up in your best interest. So put together the right team. And in another video, I'm going to show you how to do that. The next mistake that home buyers make, number 2, is that they don't know their numbers, right? You have to know your numbers. So if you find a home, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to send the details of that home to a lender, to one of the team members that you've put together. We're going to send the details of that home to the lender so that you can know, 1, how much your monthly payments will be, and then 2, how much you need to bring to closing. Those are the 2 most important numbers that you need to understand, because if you know what your payments are, then you know, hey, I can afford this, right? If you know that, hey, my monthly payments are going to be $1,500 a month or $2,000 a month, then you know, hey, I can afford this. But if it's going to be $3,000 or $4,000, then you know you can't. And I say this and it sounds so simple, but I've heard of horror stories where buyers get to the closing table and they don't know what their numbers, they don't know what their numbers will be, right? They thought that they did, but they get to the table and they find out that, hey, my mortgage payments are going to be $300-$400 more than what they should be, or that the money that they need for closing, that they thought that they needed for closing, is much higher than what they were originally told. So put together the right team is number 1, and then 2, know your numbers, how much you need for closing and how much your payments, your monthly payments, the total principal, interest, taxes, insurance, how much that total will be, so you know that, hey, this is within my reach and this is my comfort zone. The third common mistake that I've seen home buyers make is that they've chosen a home that they like, but they're not using the right team. So in some cases, they're working with the seller's agent. And if you're working with the sales agent, you don't have representation, right? And so if that's the case, in some cases, they're not gonna push for a home inspection for you. Or if they do, they might give you an old home inspection that shows old data about this home. You need to have a home inspection of your own. Even if they've done a home inspection, I highly recommend that you perform a home inspection for yourself. It's gonna cover the structural, the mechanical, the electrical, the plumbing, the heating, the cooling, and a lot more other things that could be inspected in that home. You're gonna get a detailed report from this inspector. Again, one of the team members that you've put together around yourself, right? The inspector, the lender, the title rep, etc. All of these people are there for your best interest, right? So you get that home inspection and make sure that this house is not falling apart and you move in to a lot of stress that you could have caught ahead of time, before you got to closing. So get that home inspection. Now, if you do a home inspection, number 4 common mistake is I've seen is that you do the home inspection, you ask for repairs from the seller. So you say, hey, Mr. Seller, I'd like you to make these, 10 items, these repairs before we get to closing. I've seen where some folks don't go for a walkthrough, and that's the number 4 common mistake. A walkthrough prior to closing is crucial. So you should do a walkthrough before closing, and that might not be the final walkthrough depending on the type of repairs that are requested. So if you've requested a lot of repairs from the seller, you want to go there at least 3 days at least before the time before you go for closing, because you want to give yourself enough time so that if there's repairs that have not been done properly by the seller, you can go back to the seller to request that those repairs be done before closing, and then there's no delay because the seller has enough time to complete those repairs. So make sure you do a walkthrough sometimes before your final walkthrough, which could be the day of closing or the day before closing, to confirm that the repairs were done properly by the seller. All right, guys? Then the last, number 5 common mistake that I've seen is not staying flexible. right? You're looking for a home, you have all these things in mind. You want granite countertops, you want a finished basement, you want an island in the kitchen, you want stainless steel appliances. I'm not a psychic, but I know that's what most of you are looking for. And you don't stay flexible. Remember, space and location, those are the two biggest things that you should focus on, in my opinion. Space and location. All those other things are important, and they're what you would like. But to give yourself the advantage in a market like this, stay flexible. If it's the right space, the right location, some of these other things you can add on yourself. You'd be surprised how inexpensive it is to add granite countertops, or how inexpensive it is to add stainless steel appliances to a home. So stay flexible and focus on space and location for you to be able to get the best deal out there, at least not compete with so many people looking for the same thing. I hope these tips have been helpful, and reach out to me, guys, if you have any questions. And don't forget, please, if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm gonna leave a link in the bio somewhere or in the comment section below, and like this video if you do like it and if it's been helpful for you. Share the video with someone that you know that's looking to buy a home in this market. All right, guys, stay blessed. Talk to you soon.